Welcome back. We'll continue with the simple present tense, but this time a little bit of theory. Last time we did a couple of exercises from the grammar lab, the book Grammar Lab. Today we will focus on Raymond Murphy and few theory part from a few rules from Renan Martin. So, simple present tense. Now, when do you use simple present tense? Simple present tense is used to express a habitual action. It is something that you do always, a daily routine, right? Like last class you saw Mo goes to school, Snapper reads comics a lot, all that. Yes, likewise, your daily routine or your habitual action is what is expressed or through simple present tense. Now, he drinks tea every morning. I drink coffee every morning. I get up every day at 5 o'clock. Yeah, depending on whether it is lockdown or not. Then it could be 7 o'clock. So I get up every day at 5 o'clock. I exercise daily. I go to school or I go to college daily. I study daily, etc. These are habitual actions that you do again and again and again. So this, in order to express habitual actions, we use simple present tense. Clear? Then another rule or another place where we use simple present tense is to express general truths like the sun rises in the east, honey is sweet, fortune favors the brave, lazy person blames his stool. So all these are universal truths or universal facts. Fox eats mice or foxes eat mice. Okay. Then cats eat mice or cats chase mice. Yes, these are all a fact, right? Habitual action, it's not habitual action, sorry, facts and universal truths. The earth rotates on its axis. The earth revolves around the sun. English is a beautiful language. Yes, all these expresses general truth. Okay, so for that you use simple present tense. Is, am, are, all these are simple present tense provided it doesn't stand with the ing form. I am a teacher, you are a student, all these are simple present tenses. Okay, now the one that you did earlier, the exercise that you did earlier, Mo goes to school every day, Snapper reads a lot of comics, Kartika, are you there? Kartika reads a lot of books. Fahmin writes neatly. Shamiz Ali is a good boy. Adarsh studies well. Hansel mimics well. Right? All these are in simple present tense because they speak of what they are. Like your universal, a fact is being spoken about. Sherin Shahana paints well. She's a beautiful, she paints and draws beautifully, right? So Sherin Shahana paints well. She's a good artist. So is Siad paints well. All these are simple present tenses because they are expressed or they expresses a truth, a fact in it. Okay, so now here are some more examples from the book that is prescribed to you, that is Raymond Murphy. If you look at the slide, you will be able to understand. I have chosen essential grammar for you guys. You can go for intermediate grammar also if you feel you are okay with your grammar, you can also go for intermediate grammar. But some of you definitely must have the basic of, you are not thorough with your basic of grammar, so I would definitely recommend Essential English Grammar, Raymond Murphy's Essential English Grammar. That is basic level. So if you look at the slide here, you will find two people standing there. They are in their library. They have a library of their own, okay, and they are looking at their books, okay. From that, and there is the man standing there in the dialogue box. You see, we read a lot. So from that, we understand that these people, these couple, or this man and woman, they have the habit of reading. They are voracious readers, so they read a lot. They, plural. So the verb is also in the plural. To make the verb into the plural, cut off the S. So they read a lot. It's a habitual or action that they do every day. Then look at the next picture. There's a man eating ice cream, and he likes ice cream. I like ice cream, says the dialogue that he says. He's eating an ice cream and he likes ice cream. Look at the verb likes. He likes ice cream. He, third person, singular. He is singular. The verb should also be made into the singular. To make the verb into the singular, add an S. He likes ice cream, right? And that also shows his likes and dislikes, his preferences. So he likes ice cream, right? Now a couple of exercises. They read, he likes, I work, etc. are simple present tense. I, we, you, they will take read. I read, we read, you read, they read. Yes, I like, we like, you like, they like. I work. It is nice if you could repeat after me, because this is specifically meant for the ones who are really behind in their grammar. If you really want to study grammar, you can repeat after me. Don't worry if your mother is going to come and tell you what are you doing. Just tell them that you are learning grammar. Okay, so I like, we like, you like, they like. I work, we work, you work, they work. I live, we live, you live, they live. I watch, we watch, you watch, they watch. I do, we do, you do, they do. I have, we have, you have, they have. Now look at the next one. He, she, it. They are third person singular. So look at how the verb changes. He reads, not he read. He reads. She reads. It reads. He likes. She likes. Make sure you pronounce that S. Okay, this is to get it into your head that you have to add an S. Okay, so that you will not forget. Observation is very important. You have to observe the rules. Only then you will be. And then what should you do? As I told you in the tips and tricks, observe the rules. Once you master the rules, see to it that you use it frequently in your conversation also. So he likes, she likes, it likes. He works, she works, it works. He lives, she lives, it lives. He watches, she watches, it watches. He does, she does, it does, he has, she has, it has. The ones who are smart and the ones who are good in grammar, be patient. Have a little bit of patience, because there are friends among you who are not very good with their grammar. So kindly be patient. Don't call me and tell me, Miss, please don't teach teach in the school standard. You require this. Okay, so the ones who already know, keep learning. The ones who don't, this is specifically meant for you. All right? Okay. Now we'll move on to the next slide. Okay. Remember, it's he works, as we discussed, what we discussed right now. He works, she lives, it rains, etc. I work in a shop. My brother works in a bank. Not my brother work. My brother, one, singular. It comes in the third person singular next to he, she, it, and names as of singular. My brother, singular. My brother, common name, singular. Okay, so my brother works in a bank. My father works in a bank. All right? Linda lives in London. Linda lives in London. Linda, one, third person singular. Name, he, she, it. Names, names as of singular. S, adding an S. Linda lives in London. Now look at the next one. Her parents live in Scotland. Yesterday I had asked you to find out whether parents is singular or plural. See, parents is considered plural. Father and mother together, parents. So it is plural, two. Right? So mother alone is singular, father alone singular, but parents, my parents, plural. So parents always take which verb? The plural form of the verb, and that is live. Okay? Her parents live in Scotland and not her parents lives in Scotland. That is incorrect. Her parents live in Scotland. How are your parents? Not how is your parents. Okay, how are your parents? Okay, so parents is a plural word. All right, a noun. Now next one, it rains a lot in winter. It rains a lot in winter. It, he, she, it. Names as of singular will take the S form. The verb will be in the singular. To make the verb into the singular, add an S. To make the verb into the plural, cut off the S. Clear? Yeah. Then I have. Then again, how do you use have and has? See, have and has is also a part of simple present tense. It becomes a perfect tense when you have the V3 form of the verb. We'll be studying perfect tenses soon. When we use perfect tense, we have and has, but it is used with the V3 form of the verb, that is a past participle, to speak. There again we have rules that I shall be explaining soon. But otherwise, when it is on its own without the V3 form or without the past participle, it is considered simple present tense. So is I am and are. I am, you are, he is, she is, we are, etc. Alright, all these are simple present tense, but it will change when it takes the plus forms. Is plus ing becomes continuous. Have plus V3 becomes the perfect form. Okay, right. So I have. What about he, she, it? He, she, it has. Right? Is it not there? Yes. I have, he, she, it has. John has a shower every day. John has. Not John have. John has. I have, we have, you have, they have. But in he, she, it, names again singular will have. I have, has. He has, she has, it has, John, singular name, has. Clear? Okay, now the spelling rules, I don't have to teach you spelling rules because this is something that you have already studied when you were small, but still, on just a quick recap, the words ending with S, SH and CH takes the ES form. Like for instance, pass. Pass ends with S. Passes takes the ES form. Finish ends with SH. It takes the ES form, finishes. Watch, CH. It ends with CH and it changes to ES, watches. Likewise, the Y form changes to IES. Like for instance, study becomes studies. Y is cut off and instead you would use IES. Try, tries, right? Isn't it? So likewise, do becomes does, go becomes goes. Clear? All right. We'll move to the next slide. Yeah. So here you have a picture, and what you're supposed to do is you have to complete the sentences about the people in the picture, and you are supposed to use the verbs that are given to you about those verbs that you see. Yeah. Eat, go, live, play. Play is written twice. One is already done for you. That is why. Sleep. So the first one is he plays the piano. The piano. The guitar. The piano. Always remember, musical instruments always take the article the. Okay. He plays the piano. Now, I shall give you the questions. The second one is, it is not visible, so the second one is, you'll have to take it down in your notebook. So the second one is, they dash in a very big house. They dash in a very big house. Third one, dash a lot of fruit. Dash a lot of fruit. Fourth one, dash tennis. Dash tennis. Fifth one, dash to the cinema a lot. Dash to the cinema a lot. Dash to the cinema a lot. Okay, hope you wrote it down. The next one, dash 8 hours a night. Dash 8 hours a night. Okay, now let me test your listening skills also. So you have the verbs in the slide: eat, go, live, play and sleep. One is already done for you. He plays the piano. I told you, with the musical instruments, the article that goes along with it is the. Okay, the piano. All right. So the rest, let me test your listening skills. Let me see how you would be able to do it. Okay. So next, we shall start with present simple negative or simple present tense. How to use it in the negatives, in a negative sentence. The present simple or the simple present negative is don't and doesn't plus the verb. Look at the slide here. There are two women in the slide. One asks the other, one is the host and the other one is the guest. So the host asks her guest whether she would like to have coffee, but she doesn't drink coffee. So let's see how the dialogue goes. The woman asks coffee. The guest says, no thanks, I don't drink coffee. So what do we get to understand of the guest? The guest, she doesn't drink coffee. I don't, you don't, we don't, they don't, but he doesn't, she doesn't, it doesn't, the woman doesn't. Okay, now look at the next picture in the slide. There's a man, he is sad, he doesn't like his job. So he says, I don't like my job. So what do you understand about him? He doesn't like his job. He doesn't like his job. All right? So, I don't, you don't, we don't, they don't, students don't, children don't, teachers don't. So, all the plural form don't, but singular I and you as of singular also don't, but with third person singular he, she, it, and names as of singular doesn't, he doesn't, she doesn't, it doesn't. All right, the man doesn't like his job. All right, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so I drink coffee, but I don't drink tea. So here you have a positive sentence and a negative sentence. Here you speak of your preferences. When you speak of your preferences, what you like, what you don't like, your likes and dislikes, you use simple present tense. So how do you use simple present tense? With a positive sentence and with a negative sentence, your likes and your dislikes, okay, or your personal preferences. I drink coffee, but I don't drink tea. Sue drinks tea, look at the slide, Sue drinks tea, but she doesn't drink coffee. You don't work very hard. We don't watch television very often. The weather is usually nice. It doesn't rain very often. Jerry and Linda don't know many people. So here you use simple present tense and the negative tenses, negative simple present tense, to speak of preferences, to speak of your understandings or speak of general things. Yes, like for instance Jerry and Linda, they don't know many people, they are new. So they are speaking about their observation. It's a fact, it's a truth. Okay, so when you use such things, you use simple present tense. When you talk something very factual, something general information, general things, you use simple present tense. If you look at your social studies book, or not your social studies, your science book, you will find that most of them, the words are written, the sentences are written in simple present tense. Take a test tube. Yes, put a litmus paper in it. So all these are simple present tense because it is speaking about facts. They're telling you some information, gathering or giving you information. So all these we use simple present tense. So I hope you understood where and why and when we use simple present tense. All right? And look at the slide again. Remember, again, it's what I repeated earlier. I don't, we don't, you don't, they don't. I don't like football. It's my personal preference. I don't like football, neither do I like cricket. Okay, I don't like football. My son is a football fan, my husband is a cricket fan, and I live in between them. Live with him. Okay. So, I don't like football, you don't like football, they don't like football, we don't like football. I know the boys would be, oh, what is this? Why can't she like football? Yeah, okay, I don't like it. That's my personal preference. So again, your personal preferences, you use simple present tense. He doesn't like football, she doesn't like football, it doesn't like football. Okay, so I don't like Fred and Fred doesn't like me. So here they're speaking about an enmity. They don't like each other. So I don't like Fred and Fred doesn't like me. Not Fred don't like me. It is Fred doesn't like me, third person singular, one person doesn't. My car doesn't use much petrol, not my car don't use much petrol. My car doesn't use much petrol. Sometimes he's late, but it doesn't happen very often. Sometimes he's late, but it doesn't happen very often. We use don't or doesn't plus the infinitive like don't like, doesn't speak, doesn't do, etc. I don't like washing the car. I don't do it very often. Sandra speaks Spanish, but she doesn't speak Italian. Not doesn't speaks Italian. It is doesn't speak Italian. Alright? She is singular. So it should be she. You will have again a confusion. Why can't it be speaks? Because she speaks. This is because when we use don't and doesn't with the infinitive, or when you have this don't and the doesn't in between, you cannot use the rule that you studied. So there it is an exception. She doesn't speak Italian, not she doesn't speaks Italian. Otherwise it should be she speaks Italian, right? No, because doesn't comes in between, you cannot use speaks. Instead, you have to follow a different rule. She doesn't speak Italian, not doesn't speaks Italian. Clear? That's where we go wrong. Okay, Bill doesn't do his job very well, not Bill doesn't his job well. There should be a do in between. Bill doesn't do his job very well. Paula doesn't usually have breakfast. Now Paula and has, like we said, she has, he has, it has. Paula has. How come we are using have then? There you would have a conflict there. Well, here, since again I told you doesn't come in between, I'm not going to give you rules that might upset you. Just remember this much. Because doesn't is coming in between, you cannot use the same rule that you have been using. Paula doesn't usually have breakfast, or Paula doesn't have breakfast, not Paula doesn't has breakfast. Though it is Paula plus has, that is he has, she has, it has. We already studied that. But here the rules will change. I hope you have understood. Let's move to the next slide. Okay. I did tell you that the musical instruments, you have to use the article the in front. I play the piano very well, or I don't play the piano very well. Jane plays the piano very well. Jane doesn't play the piano very well. Not Jane, yes, don't play the piano very well. Jane doesn't play the piano very well. They know my phone number. They don't know my phone number. We work very hard. We don't work very hard. He has a bath every day. He doesn't, what? He doesn't, what will come there? I'm going to leave it to you. We'll take it up in the discussion class. He doesn't what? All right? Okay. I'm not going to give you the answer. We'll take it up in the discussion class. You do the same thing every day. You don't do the same thing every day. So except the fifth one, I have given you the answers. The fifth one, I want you to think and answer. And we'll take it up in the discussion session. Now we'll go to the next slide. Look at the picture. You have few girls in the picture. What you're supposed to do is study the information and write sentences with the verb like. Okay, one is already done for you. Bill and Rose like classical music. Okay, Bill and Rose, they like, do you like? Now the woman is asking, one person, the interviewer is asking whether they like classical music, and Bill and Rose says yes. So Bill and Rose like classical music. Bill and Rose, plural. So like, not likes. Bill and Rose, plural, like classical music. Okay. Now what about Carol? Carol, does she like classical music? Does she like classical music? Carol's answer is no. Okay. So Carol, then complete it. So with this we'll take it up, we'll do it in the discussion class. So that's it for today, and tomorrow we'll just complete, the next class we'll just complete with some more some more rules of simple present tense, and then we'll move on to present continuous tense. So stay home and stay safe. Thank you.